I'm here with FIDE Director General Emil Sutovsky. Emil, how difficult has it been to organize this entire match in Dubai Expo 2020?
Well, it was quite difficult. We started the negotiations with Expo in August 2019, so it has been a very long journey. And I remember when I first time spoke to Mr. Omar Shehade, who is in charge for international corporations. It was, it was uncharted territories. They didn't know much about chess, and they had to grasp what it is. But they were very, very professionals. They inquired all the necessary information we provided. We had a meeting in London to discuss all the details. Then, of course, the correspondence which lasted for over a year. Then, as you understand, the pandemic which impacted, we had to change the days for match actually twice. But at the end of the day, I think it is a great success, and we're grateful to Expo for this cooperation, but also we are proud for what our team has achieved.
Would you say that having it in Expo has made the World Championship even more vibrant because it's like the entire world is in one place? Or would you say that because the Expo is such a place with so many things happening, a little bit of the focus from the World Championship is taken away? What is your feeling?
Both are true, actually. Both are true, but I think for real chess lovers, and I know more than one person who came specifically for chess, it was a great chance both to visit Dubai, to visit Expo, which is great, and also to come and see World Championship match. Also from point of view to promote the event, to have it visible in media. I think it's great to have here. You have a lot of journalists here who are covering Expo, but also cover chess event. And I think it added to something special because, let's say, in some of the previous matches when it was in some building not necessarily connected to anything, that was a different story. Here you had it with a grandeur of Expo, and I think cons were minimal compared to pros.
And overall, do you think that people have been talking about this match? At the start they were like, oh, there are a lot of draws. Now suddenly Nepo has blundered in a couple of games. Now it's going Magnus's way. Do you think that this format is going to stay? Because you are the ones who have to decide the way forward. Are you happy with this format that has taken place in the match?
First of all, we have to understand that whatever format it is, you will have people who would not like it. Whatever you decide, some would say that is too slow or too quick, or too many undecided game, or too many mistakes. I mean, today with social networks, basically any decision you take would be criticized by some. I think that in general the format is okay. It's not like it has to stay forever. We'll certainly review and see if it can be adjusted or changed. But at the moment there is no decision of the kind. I would just stop speculating about the number of draws because, let's say, you see how this match unleashed, and now we had two decisive games in a row. So did it do any good for chess? Did it do any good for chess that some player made a huge mistake? And Nepo basically blundered two games in the end. I don't think it is. I mean, not necessarily the decided game adds to its spectacular value. And at the same time, of course, 12 draws like it was in London for public is not good for simplicity. But it could go absolutely different way. In game one, Carlsen could have won and Caruana missed two winning opportunities. And we don't know what would have happened after that. Maybe it would be like 2-2 by decided games or whatever. So I think the number of games have been played with this format is still not that high to determine whether it is bad or good. Because we remember previous matches like Magnus played with Adam and nobody complained about number of photos, or Adam playing Topolov or playing before that playing Kramnik. So it's not easy to say. Chess is changing. We have to adjust and to adapt. We have audiences, new audiences who are coming, but at the same time we should not be like following all the hype all the time. I mean the trends, yes, but not the hype. I mean, it's very popular opinion that now you would go faster and faster and you'll have more audience. But look at the conversion rates. I'm quite skeptical because you may have people who will discover chess for themselves due to, I don't know, dynamism of half an hour game. But will they stay in chess afterwards? Will we lose the sponsors we have now? Will we lose the support we have now? Will any major organizations like here in Expo will to stage an event if chess is not seen as epitome of something serious? And we don't know. I mean, we have to adjust smartly, not to chase every flashy opportunity to modify and to see how it works. But obviously we cannot also stick to formula. It's classical, it's only 8 hours and no way to do others. No. We constantly reviewing it, and I think for the next match the changes are likely, but not radical ones maybe, but they are likely.
And overall in this match we have seen so many different things happening. For example, so many commentary streams. Vishy Anand and Anna Muzichuk are the official commentators. There are also world-class players like Anish Giri, Fabiano Caruana, Kramnik, Swidler, Judith Polgar commentating. Then there is these NBC reports which are happening. Are you happy with the overall? There are also side events like World Schools, Chessable, FIDE Camp, and there was also the Hamdan Trophy which is happening, Sheikh Rash. So a lot of things have happened.
And many more actually. We had a Pavilion Championship here. We had a number of countries hosting chess events during this time. We had just one in Kuwait actually just taking place, and actually it raised global interest for chess. Obviously, we see that the coverage is great all over the place. Not necessarily in the chess media, because chess media we would expect it, right? I mean, we know that chess.com and chess24 they're proactively investing basically in their streams. But also we see that, let's say, for the first time chess is on NBC for 3 weeks straight. That's quite something. So here I can be happy about that. Always possible to do more. Let's say if we had an opportunity to make even more side events, to have simultaneous every day for the visitor of the match, it would be great. But there are some limitations, and as a chess player, there is one weakness nearly all chess players have. We strive to be perfectionists. We used to start the game and look for the best moves, or very good moves at least. And in life, it's very difficult. In management, it's very difficult always to have a perfect solution, because if you would be totally focused on reaching perfectionism in one field, you are easily to commit mistakes or to neglect some important things in other field of your activity. So we obviously invested big time here in having good promotion. We also managed to sell broadcasting rights for the first time, and that was worthy. We will take some lessons from what have been done, not in the best way, but overall I think that was a much better broadcast and much better promoted compared to previous championship. Not only thanks to FIDE obviously, but thanks to the entire trend to have more events being streamed, commentated, but I think our role was quite important.
And this new team of FIDE was formed in 2018. It's been 3 years. Have you been happy with how the things have developed over the last 3 years? The team has been constantly, the more and more competent individuals are becoming part of the FIDE team. How has been your feeling overall?
Well, probably it's not for me to judge, but I think we're doing pretty well. I think all our projects which we promised and which Arkadij Dvorkovich promised in his manifesto, we have been delivering on them. It is not only about the top events, it's about a much wider scope of events, it's about open tournaments, it's about Grand Sways, it's about women's competition, it's about veteran support, it's about disabled. We are delivering, and I think that in general we could be happy. Once again, I'm a maximalist, so I could always see flaws, and I could always mention something that I am not entirely happy about. But what is important is that in spite of our achievements, we are still seeing the flaws in our work. We still are pursuing to get maximum, and the whole team is very ambitious about that, and we haven't lost our enthusiasm for changing the chess world. When our team came to management, we were full of aspiration, which is natural for new team. But I'm happy to notice that 3 years after we are still looking to to change things big time, not just to adjust here and there, but to make a significant change and to improve for all parts of chess society once again, be it kids or veterans, education or professional. So that is very important for us.
And you have been yourself a very strong chess player, and now I see you constantly busy, making partnerships, meeting people. What is it that keeps you going? What is your vision overall, and that you're always trying to do new stuff, meeting new people? Does it ever happen to you that, this is a bit too much now, I should go back to playing chess? Does that feeling ever come?
No, my main driving point was basically when I decided to switch from playing and coaching career to management, that I was feeling that I need to feel that I make a difference. And now I'm in a position when my work, if it's good or bad, it does make a difference. And I feel that I have to deliver. I feel that many people rely on the work I'm doing and my team is doing. So for me it's very important that it's not like I'm just present here as a Director General, I'm in charge for this match, everything is good, and if you could notice, I'm almost not appearing, let's say, on stages or on cameras. I'm not the guy who likes to hang around, but I'd better use this time to do something, to have some effective meetings, some negotiations, because we have been trying and successfully to raise FIDE's budget. And let's say for the next year it will be, well, I cannot announce it yet because it hasn't been confirmed technically, but it would be like 400% more than the budget which was before we came. So it is quite a difference.
Amazing. And lastly, if I have to ask you, if there was one thing that you are proud of in this World Championship match, and there's one thing that you would like to change, both of these, what would it be? What would they be?
That's a good one. We haven't yet actually summarized how it was. I'm happy about the way we managed to create a special atmosphere in the playing hall. The venue itself, the design of it, let's say the fish tank where players are playing, the VIP zone where we can invite people and they would get unique experience. I think that's very special and hasn't been seen before. I think our broadcast is of highest quality, I believe. Not necessarily the commentary, but I mean the very broadcast with the cameras and the picture we're getting and so on. There were some flaws. Let's say we know about them, but I wouldn't like to talk about them in public before the event is over, because maybe we will manage to correct them in the last days, or maybe it will be even more of a flaw, so we would not acknowledge it afterwards. But I think in general we've achieved somewhere between 80 to 90% of what we aspired to, so it's a good result.
Well, thank you so much, Emil, for your time, and it was a pleasure talking to you, and we thank you for all the work that you're doing.
Thank you, Sagar.